G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 4 of our Sevilla Rebuild here on Dylan on the Ball. Today we are taking on Real Madrid, the runaway league leaders. It's going to be a huge game. Our last game against them did not exactly go to plan. We lost 4-1. Two of the goals did come in the 89th and then I think 92nd minute. So I mean, we were definitely in the contest. It was 2-1 up until 88th minute, I guess, is how that works. Since you were last here, plenty has happened. You can see we're doing rather well in the league. But first, I'll just remind you guys to please leave us a like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, comment what you think of the video, all that sort of good stuff. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Anything we can do to make this a more positive experience for both of us. Get us talking, get us enjoying it. I mean, look, I'm already enjoying it. I'm having a great time. This has been really interesting, really, so far. Anyway, moving on. First thing I want to show you comes from the development center, and it comes every December. You get your youth intake, but it's not often like this. I don't know why this is cut off at the top, but it's a 5-star intake. I don't know if I've ever had this before, where the first youth intake that I have in a save, I don't know if I've ever had this before. It says something about being a golden generation. It's a 5-star intake. We've got an A fullback, an A centre back, two very handy wingers, and a fine striker prospect. Wingbacks, defense mid, whatever, don't care. Moving on. Let's focus on the top here, because from fullback through to striker, that is incredible. If we could have a golden generation in our first year at the club, that's going to set us up for the future. As long as I can stay in the job, we'll be fine in a few years' time anyway. As long as we can, I guess, keep hold of them. I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? That youth intake should be coming in probably a bit over a month's time, I suppose. Usually towards the end of March, I think. Maybe. Anyway. Next thing I will cover. In the last episode, we spoke lots about Oliver and how much Oliver did not like me. He had been very, very upset with being left out of the Champions League group, and who could blame him? He's credit to him, he's turned it around. How's the squad looking though? Look at this. We don't have anyone unhappy. I mean, Goodell's, because he's played 8 games this year. He just scored in one of those 8 games, but he's the only unhappy person, which I don't care about. He's leaving the club at the end of this season. Somebody wants him, but it's at the end of the contract. The transfer window's gone. We didn't manage to sell anyone because really nobody came in with an offer. Except someone came in with an offer for Acuna. I don't know if it'll give us any... Oh, it's probably not going to be here anywhere, is it? I don't think so. But he had an offer from Porto that I accepted. I was happy enough with it because he was being a bit of a prick and not being too kind to me, basically. So I was totally okay with letting him go. But then he said no to Porto. So we kept hold of him. We didn't get to replace a left back or anything. And instead, we're going to finish the season with the same squad we started it with. Next season, we'll definitely have... At least Goodell's will be going, and then potentially more. And I mean, with the way that the second half of this season is now shaping up, we might end up having some people wanted by some big clubs. You can probably guess who by the goal columns and the assist columns. We sort it by goals, and Naziri has taken over. I think at the last stage, I think we had a couple of people on fire. I think it was like Suso. Maybe these top 3 were all on 5 goals when you were last here, and they're now on 14, 9 and 8. So En-Nesyri's really taken hold. In terms of assists, Oliver is leading the way. Players like Suso and Isco behind him. Suso having a very good season. He did come to me asking for a new contract, and I couldn't agree with him. I couldn't come to terms with what he wanted. He wanted too much money. He wanted too long of a contract for someone he's turning 30 this year, and he wanted an extra like 3 years on his contract, and I just didn't want to do that. Like an extra, like it's already expiring in 2025, and he wanted an extra 3 years. So he wanted to be at the club. He wanted a pay rise. You can tell I'm passionate about this. He wanted a pay rise of like 15,000 a week, which, sure, if you're performing as well as he has been, which he has been sensational, sure, you might deserve that. That's fine. But if you want that pay rise until the age of 35, Mr. Suso, we're going to have words. All right? Because that is ridiculous. As for the results, last time you were here was the game just down here. No, up here. I'm losing my mind. Up here against Atletico. We lost at 3-2. We'd made a good run at a comeback, but didn't quite get there. That then derailed us a little bit on our way into the break for the World Cup, which I guess I can show you who won that if you really care. We drew with Vallecano, draw with Frankfurt, loss to Almeria. Managed to beat Dinamo in our last game before the World Cup break. I scheduled a whole bunch of friendlies so that we could get extra income, just because why not, really? We've then come back and look, after drawing with Barcelona, which I was very happy with, we then, lost in the cup, didn't really care because I care more about the Champions League and the league, to be completely honest with you. We've then been just sensational. En-Nesyri scored 4 goals here against Girona. He's then got another hat-trick down here against Valencia, who are up in, at the time they were in third. I know we're in third now, but they were definitely up there at the time. Then most recently we've beaten Bilbao 3-0. Thanks to a couple of goals from Rafa Mir, who I guess he must be, sensing the competition of, how much En-Nesyri is winning the competition at the striking position. So he's freaking out. Other than that, look, I'm pretty content. I think we've turned the season around rather well. We were performing well in the league. We're now in a very tight race for Europe. You see, there's between us in third and down in 7th, there's only 3 points. Even down to 8th and 9th, there's only 6 points. It's a tight run affair. So we're gonna really need to be on our P's and Q's for the remainder of the season. I guess the only sort of game that you can kind of excuse us maybe not winning would be today's fixture. We've got Real Madrid, the league leaders, who are ahead by 15 points. They're undefeated, 18 wins out of 20, and we're taking them on today. We're hosting them. Look, it is what it is. I'm not going to expect miracles. We've started playing a little bit more direct, so maybe that'll help us. But at the same time, with the pace of Vini, with the quality of Benzema and Modric, all of the above, really, I don't imagine this is going to be an easy task. Let's head through to what our lineup will look like for this one. So our lineup for this big one, as I am heavily distracted by Switzerland v Cameroon in the corner of my eye. I'm pretty sure Breel Mbolo has just scored. So my attention's, it's a little bit wayward, I'll say. But our lineup for this huge one is Bunu in goals, a backline of Navas, Nyonzu, Rekic, Tellez. Holding midfield will be between Jordan and Rakitic. Jesus, that is a beautiful goal, isn't it? That is beautiful stuff. Who was that pass from that absolutely opened that up? Was that Xhaka, maybe? That pass from Xhaka through to Freuler, that was good. Anyway, Rakitic and Jordan holding midfield. Attacking midfield will be Suso on the right, Oliver on the left, and the former Real Madrid man, of course, Isco at number 10, in behind the man of the hour, En-Nesyri. We're sort of going on form mostly, I suppose. You can look down here and you see there are a couple of other people who are in decent form, but really we are just going with those who are in the best form. And those who, in the case of like Montiel being on the bench for Navas, it's fitness. Montiel just had an injury, he's just come back for it, and you can see Gomez and Lamela aren't playing due to injury as well. I think we've been looking pretty insane recently. We've been very good at adapting through our formations, playing sort of a higher tempo, quicker, moving the ball forward quicker sort of football, and I think that's been really suiting En-Nesyri because, if we have the people who can pass it, and we do with people like Rakitic, Suso, Isco, Oliver, have the people who can definitely pass it to him, En-Nesyri will get there, and look, that's got to be our hope today. Let's head through, see what happens in this one. I am absolutely buzzing. Nothing quite like World Cup time. But I think what we're going to do is we are going to, how do we say something about the fans? Because I think, because the fans are sort of our biggest thing. No, I don't want to say that. These are a bit not great, are they? Let's go with, let's just carry on from last time out, and then let's pump them up a little bit. Yeah, you can do it, lads. I believe in you. More of the same En-Nesyri, because his last start was a hat-trick. Why not? There's our lineup. Can we see the Real Madrid lineup next? Please and thank you. How are they shaping up? Courtois, Odriozola, Eder Militao, Nacho, and Hernandez. Declan Rice was definitely in that mid. I don't know if you guys peeped that, but Declan Rice was definitely in that midfield. They've spent £87 million on him, I think it was. So he's now a Real Madrid player, along with Lucas Hernandez, I think it was. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Lucas Hernandez. They've then got, their front line's not as intimidating. They're very good, clearly. They're not losing much, but with people like Hazard and Vasquez as their attacking people, as their wingers, rather. Look, I'm a little less intimidated by them, I guess. I think their backline and midfield looks sensational, and sensational for a number of years, potentially. Then their attacking line looks a bit... Benzema obviously is Benzema. You're never going to be confident around him. We're just going to give them a nice fire up here because 20 minutes in we haven't had a shot, which isn't ideal. But, I mean, with Real Madrid, you'd expect to see people like Vini or Rodrigo, or heck, some of the money that they've spent on Rice and Hernandez to go to another winger if they're going to be starting people like Vasquez and Hazard. Here's a chance. Oh, Rakitic off the post. First highlight of the game, about half an hour in, Rakitic thumps one off the post. We had to start him, I think. He's been a bit in and out. He's been injured a lot, really. But he's thumped one against the post, and I think he's too important to miss out. Half an hour in, we're starting to, play a little bit. We've had more shots than them at this stage. Definitely not possession, but I expect that with how we're playing currently, with a bit longer passing range and a bit higher tempo. We're trying to really push the ball forward quickly. Here's a corner for Real Madrid. Off the line, I think, by Tellez. Back to Vasquez, out on the right, but he's offside. That is great news. I think that was off the line from Alex Tellez, that was the last decision, actually, of my choosing the team here. It was between Tellez and, obviously, Acuna, our only other left back. But that was the last change, was bringing on Tellez, because he's been in such good form, and paid off just then. Here's another highlight as we're really, really close to half-time. I'd really love to make it. Neonzu heads out towards Navas. Sprinting up the field. Can he just lob one through for Naziri? Go on. Here's Isco. Isco, he's offside. Don't worry. He's offside. He's definitely offside. There's not even a question about this one. Absolutely offside. Yeah, puts us out of our misery. He's definitely offside. We don't even need to look at a replay. Don't put a replay on. No, don't need to see it. No one needs to see it. He was definitely miles offside. Promising, though, that we've managed to create that. And I'm also just super chuffed with being 0-0 at halftime against Real Madrid. And, 0-0 where we have created a couple of chances. What do we do now? This is our chance for revenge. Yes, let's go with the revenge thing. Let's continue to pump up their tyres, blow smoke up them, you know what I mean? And let's head into the second half. Fingers crossed we can get something going. Teller's probably the first to come off, I guess, looking at his stamina. And Naziri not having a great game, but I guess he's probably had absolute scraps to work with. They've now brought on Rodrigo. They did play only a couple of days ago. I should have probably mentioned that. They did only play a couple of days ago in the Spanish Cup. I can't remember who they against, maybe Espanyol or something. Can't really remember. Oatsy is shaking in the background, making as much noise as he can. Here's a corner for Rakitic. Swung in, headed away. We're going to recycle here with Navas. Navas going a long way with it. Oh, Jesus. Nearly own goal. The cross there from Navas gets deflected. Very well done by Courtois to rope that one back out. Modric now on. It's time for us to make a change, I believe. Let's get Tellez off for Acuna, and Oliver can come off for Corona, who has been very good. He's just also been injured for a period. I think he had like tendonitis, like Achilles tendonitis. It wasn't great. Alrighty, couple of changes there, hopefully positive changes. We've also got Rafa Mir, who scored 2 goals in his last game. So hopefully, if we need to bring someone on, taken off Benzema and brought on Mariano and Asensio for Hazard. I think we have a chance here, really. Let's get Naziri off, because he's been, not at his best, let's say. And anyone else here that can change the game for us? I mean, Gomez is the obvious one, but he's just not been playing much recently. Oh, Suso's having a bit of a stinker, isn't he? Let's get him off. I don't really like any of our options on the bench, I've got to be honest. Alright, I'm going to go all out. Corona can go to the right. Isco, even though he's slow, can go on the left, and Gomez is going in behind. Let's go out there and make it happen. Go on, son. Let's do it. 20 minutes to go. Let's fire up. Let's do it. I keep scratching my beard. I'm sorry if that comes across on the audio. 20 minutes to go. Modric with the free kick. Headed away by Rafa Mir. Will he keep it in? He does. Comes away with it. 73rd minute. Plays it to Papu Gomez. Through for Corona. Not Tekasi. Rakitic, get in! Get in! You absolute stud. He puts us up 1-0. Do we start to dial it back straight away? I believe so. So it was Papu Gomez finding Corona. Corona didn't have much on. Cut it back straight to Rakitic, who absolutely thumps one beyond Courtois, who's, it's probably questionable. I'm not sure if there was a deflection or he was maybe unsighted in the match engine, but we are going to go positive. We are going to go less direct, slower tempo. We are going to, when it's been won, we're going to hold our shape. We're going to slow the bloody pace down with our goalkeeper. A win here would be absolutely massive. This is insane. If we could be the first team to beat them, that would be absolutely massive. Doing it so far, 10 minutes to go. Rakitic coming off sounds like a pretty good idea, but I think I want Delaney. Because Delaney's probably a bit more solid defensively. We'll also bring off Navas for Montiel. No, we won't. Are you serious? Oh, I've already made 5. Oh, I've already made 5. Okay. Let's just change Navas to defend. Let's change Acuna to defend. We're going all out like gross. And we're going to just try and... Maybe Corona should be on a winger if he's on the right wing. That's probably a future thought anyway, not a right now thing. What else can we do? Stop playing out of defense. Start time wasting sometimes. Pass it into space. We'll stop overlapping. Not going to work it into the box. Disciplined. Alright, that'll do for now. Oh man, I'm nervous. 80 minutes. 82. Oh man, I'm just counting it down now. As much as I want to be watching the World Cup. That's a corner. That's for Real Madrid. Come on. Get rid of it. Get out. Head it away. One there. Rodrigo with a shot. It's Mariano with a goal. No. Okay. Well, let's undo absolutely all of those changes. Let's go very attacking. I want to win. I don't give a hoot. We are going to go overlapping. We're going to go super direct. Expressive. Higher tempo. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Transitions. We are going to counter just quickly to flanks. What can we do? Trigger that again. That'll do. That'll do. And then as soon as I can, I'm going to probably die. Like absolutely just KMS. It was Modric to the corner, headed away by Rafamir. Jordan then can't beat Camavinga. It falls to Rodrigo, whose shot is deflected off his own teammate. Gets the rebound, fires it across to Mariano, who I made fun of course, and he scores. It's 1-1. Only a couple minutes to go now. 83 minutes in we are. We're going to fire up. I'm just going to check. Did I get rid of the time wasting bit? Yeah, never time waste. Sorry, let's just to be clear, not time wasting anymore. All right, it's about 6 minutes to go now. Come on, 4 minutes to go. 88 minutes in now. 89. What can we do? We don't have any subs left. Do we have? Oh, there's a highlight starting as I've gone to just early crossing. Great chance for a counter. Here's Papu. Running clear with it. Good break on. Papu finds Rafa. No, Rafamir, you absolute clown. You absolute turkey. Oh, it's a corner though. Cleared away. Corona. Plays back for Isco. Rice clears for another corner in the 92nd minute. Come on, lads. Someone get your nog on it. Isco with the corner. No one there. Corona recycles again. He falls over. No, damn it. I was very much hopeful for the... It didn't look like a penalty, but I was hopeful, you know. Worth a go. Couple of minutes to go. It looks like we won't do it. But hey, a draw against Barcelona and then a draw against Real Madrid. That's pretty good. From losing 4-1 against them last time to drawing 1-1. Look, I'll take it, I guess. At the end of the day, a 1-1 draw, probably not the worst result in the world. Before the game, you get these, you know, when it's a rival, you get the, where is it? Where'd it go? You get like what the there they are, the expectations. That both the board and the fans were thinking it would be a draw, but if there was a winner, it would be Madrid. So really, we did quite well. That does leave us in third position. We've managed to, somewhat halt the definite eventual champions. So at the end of the day, it's a pretty good result. I know it's maybe not the best television in terms of you those watching at home. But look, I'll take it. I'm chuffed with it, you know. Next video, I think we'll come back for this Tottenham game. I don't want to come back for every round of the Champions League because I do want to get just through this season quite quickly so that we can get to our youth intake, get to next season, move some of the older players on, like Goodell can go, like I don't know, Eric Lamella or something. I don't know. So someone will move on, people will move on. Anyway, I want to get to that point. We'll get there pretty quickly, probably in the next 2 or 3 episodes maybe. We'll see how far we go. See how far we go in the Champions League. We're happy to have made the round of 16. That was the goal that was set out for us by our board. If you see here, like minimum reach round of 16, already there. So we've reached that one. Obviously weren't too happy about the Spanish Cup. We're doing well in the league for our goal so far, so fingers crossed we can keep it up. Next video we'll come back for the second leg against Tottenham. There's 6 games between now and then. We've got the first leg against Tottenham, Espanyol, Getafe, Cadiz, and Mallorca and Valladolid. Damn it, I can't say it again. I got it wrong like 2 videos ago as well. It's Valladolid. I'm just going to say Valladolid because I don't want to try and pronounce it with a Spanish accent or saying Vallad because it doesn't work in my head, okay? So it's Valladolid. I'm sorry. That'll wrap us up though, guys, for today. Make sure you do leave us a like down below. Subscribe if you are new around here. Comment what you think of the video, all that sort of beautiful stuff. And until next time when we go again to exceed our Champions League expectation. Maybe. Peace.